Hello, welcome. Welcome back to my channel. I have taken a little bit of a break. It is raining a lot today after months and months of dry weather. So yeah, it's just the weather's amazing. It's windy, it's beautiful. I'm not sure if the mic will make my voice very clear over the sound of this beautiful rain. Today we've had rain after a very long time. It's been very hot and dry for months, and this rain today has been so welcome. I've been away for a little while because I felt like we were going into this very transitory period, a shift period, and a period that I felt like just being to go inwards, to slow down and not engage so much in the external world, creating these videos or even being around technology. So if you're new to my channel, I am Aman. I am creating content around lifestyle medicine. Lifestyle medicine can be a very broad topic that can cover many, many aspects of our human life. Now, in the mainstream, lifestyle medicine is mostly around food and exercise, diet, sleep habits, stress management, and those kind of very tangible, physical, everyday habits. I am more interested on this channel. We will touch upon all those topics in some videos, but I'm more interested in looking at paradigm shifts. I'm more interested in looking at deconditioning and decolonization. So a lot of my talks are looking at what are the foundations of wellness, what are the foundations of health and well-being. And those foundations are usually built by questioning dominant conditioned belief systems, by questioning what we have so far assumed to be true, by questioning what the colonization that has given us our dominant narratives today. So in today's video, I wanted to talk about wealth and how the current very limited economic definition of wealth as money equals assets has left our entire human race so unwell, so stressed, and so anxious. Now, it's only in these last 200, 300 years of industrialization, world trade, global capitalism, that wealth has become such a narrow term, defined only by our capacity to earn money, our capacity to spend money, our capacity to acquire assets and material possessions. I believe in indigenous cultures, our ancient, even going back a few generations back to our great-grandparents, wealth was a lot more than just money. Wealth was our connection with our community, the health of our relationships, the ecological health, the health of our rivers, the health of our forests, our ability to be creative, the joy and aliveness in our body. All of this is real wealth. So the reason I wanted to make this video was to contrast the monoculture, the mainstream monoculture definition of wealth against what we know in our hearts to be true wealth, and to see how when we shift our paradigm of wealth from the mainstream economic model of wealth to the model of wealth that encompasses our full spectrum of human expression, then our body and minds automatically slowly start to shift into homeostasis, to wellness, to health, to aliveness, to joy, to bliss, to creativity. Now, this became very clear to me in 2020. This is a personal story from my own life experience. In 2020, I lost my IT contract due to the COVID pandemic. in March 2020, a lot of companies were, laying off people because there was so much uncertainty, and I, as an IT contractor, was the first one to be let go. And I, after that, spent 8 months in that year without work. And these 8 months were exactly the medicine that I needed. In these 8 months, I had so much time on my hands that I had to listen to what my body and mind and heart were saying to me, because I had not listened to my own body for years and years. For 15 years prior to that, I was working in corporates, the whole 9 to 5. I had given birth to 2 children, but I had not even had the time and the intuitive wisdom to slow down around those big shifts of motherhood. I had not taken time out to honor the journey of motherhood. The first time, I think, within a year of my child's birth, I was back at work. After my second child's birth, which was a daughter, within 9 months, I had started up a new business with my husband, a cafe and a Whole Food store. And I was burnt out. I was totally burnt out. And if I had not lost that job, I would have probably worked myself into some kind of an illness. But in those 8 months, I had so much time on my hand that I started to connect at that somatic level to the messages that were coming to me from my inner landscapes, from my inner worlds that I had never paid any attention to. I had time in the night to just look out of my window at the night sky. I stared at constellations and stars for hours. I sat on the grass and had chai with my friend and had this long discussions on about life and the universe and everything else in between. I had time to attend circles and women's circles and chanting circles. I had time to go to photo gallery exhibitions and art exhibitions and attend ecology talks. It became clear to me in those 8 months of deep rest, deep stillness, that my entire definition of what was important to me changed in that year. And since that year, it became very clear to me that my wealth was my time. My wealth was my time, hence my attention. So if I had ample time on my hand, I had the ability to go inwards, to heal myself. I had the time to give to my creative impulses, to my creative whisperings. I had time to build deep connections with my friends, with my family. I had, in these last 4 or 5 years, I have been building up this farm. I've been growing food. I've been landscaping. I've been learning all about herbs, herbal medicine. I've been preserving, fermenting, creating, processing the food that I grow here into all sorts of sauces and pickles. I have started to paint. I started to write poetry, and this is coming from a person who lamented to everyone that I had not a creative bone in my body, because right from the point I was born into the kind of family structure I was born, I was only ever pushed into academics and into choices that would ensure that I could make a lot of money. Like, really, that was the only goal, or the only pursuit that I had ever given any time to. So the more I shifted my priorities, the more I realized that wealth means to me my time, my creativity, my stillness, the more my body started to heal. The more the burnout started to heal. The more I started to feel well and alive in my body. And so it became very clear to me that at the root of the current epidemic of loneliness, of angst, of anxiety, of depression, the host of autoimmune conditions that keep coming up with new names and new labels, at the root of it is our current economic capitalistic model of wealth, and how we are all blindly pursuing that model of wealth without listening to the whisperings of our body, our heart, and our soul. So we are actually compromising our own health and wellness to 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 cater or to to follow this very narrow definition of wealth. So it starts with the simple question: what does wealth mean for you? What does it mean to you to be wealthy? And if you are, and if wealth to you means, which is all right, this is what we were all conditioned to believe, wealth to you means money equals assets, then check with yourself if the actions and the decisions and the choices that you're making in your life to achieve that definition of wealth, is that making you unwell? Are you stressed? Are you anxious? Are you depressed? Are you unwell? Do you feel like you could be more alive, more healthy, more, because even when I was at my most unwell, I knew that this is not my natural state. I'm not meant to be living like this. I was constantly questioning that this can't be the expression of this divine vessel. This surely can't be it. And that brought me, onto an exploratory journey of many, many, many years, reshaping beliefs, questioning assumptions, shifting paradigms, changing thoughts, changing patterns. And so in today's video, I wanted to just encourage all of you to check what wealth means to you. The mainstream economic model is a machine. It treats human beings as inputs into that machine to produce the most amount of output. In fact, in my own IT profession, many times I have been referred to as a resource. Many other people are referred to as resources. They don't say we're hiring people. They'll say we're hiring 5 resources, or we need 6 resources on this project. That indicates the dehumanizing of it's a kind of dehumanization. And it's all right. That is the game. That is, as long as we're aware that that's the game. And then check whether we want to play that game. Or if we need to play that game for a little bit, then do it very consciously. Do it with an awareness that this is a game, but this is not going to keep me healthy. This is not going to contribute to my wellness. This is not going to feed my soul, right? And so then you can start to make small, incremental changes. You can start to take steps towards a different lifestyle. I still pick up IT contracts now and then, but I am very conscious and aware that I will pick up work that will ensure that I have lots of time at my hand, because wealth to me is time. And my time is my most precious, it's my wealth. So I don't pick up work that takes hours and hours of my day. I make sure that I have ample time left for being, for sitting in stillness, for giving to my creative pursuits, to my creative projects. It's very important for me now, since my own redefinition of what it is to be wealthy. It is very important for me now to nurture all aspects of my human expression, my spiritual aspect, my emotional aspect. I tend to my body now a lot more than I ever did in the past. And so it's been a paradigm shift. It's been a complete shift in how what I prioritize, what I give attention to now. So I'll end this video today with a simple question to you. And I'm very curious to see what it means to you to be wealthy. And have you been also pondering this question? Have you arrived at some of your own insights? I'd love to hear back what you have arrived at through your own inquiry. Thank you for watching. Namaste.